What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody? Today we are back with another Summer's Work Chronicle video. Today we're going to be again going over a few quality of life changes we would like to see. A couple are repeated, actually only really like one, just some TOA stuff that's repeated from our last one, and then a bunch of new stuff, mostly to do with the hero area and things like that. But before we get into it, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Let us know what quality of life changes you would like to see. CompTOS definitely seems to listen, so be sure to be filling out their surveys and things like that to give your information. And as always, subscribe, but let's get into it. So the first thing I want to cover, like I said, we did cover last time, but it's super important. So TOA. So first thing, just a little pet peeve of mine because I don't like notifications. This is really annoying that I can't clear this ever. Like, I don't want to upgrade this stuff. I'm saving my material, and I can't ever clear the notification. Super petty, but I think that it's kind of a bad feature, especially if you're, like, fishing or something like that for a guild mission, and you have to, like, constantly, like, open this to see if that's where your notification is. So, yeah, super petty, but really annoying. And then the real more important issues come around this special room. So they need to have a way that when you enter this, so you can enter to climb consecutively, but you can't choose how many you're going to climb. You'll just climb till you lose. So they need to have a times 10 battle here for this special room because it charges every 10 runs. And even more annoying than that is if you are in Spires and you're doing your Spires floor, it doesn't show you the bar at all, but it is counting towards that bar that's in trial. So they need to have a way that you can see that bar, this bar, in Spires of Ascension as well. So we complained about that last one, but yeah, super inconvenient, needs to change. Next is some stuff about the hero area. So when you're in the hero area, generally you're going to want to be in a party with guildies or friends that you play with or whatever. But there's some things that make hero area really annoying. So the follow mechanics that exist in the game right now, well, they're really good that you can follow your teammates. It's really slow.
It stays too far away.
Yeah, like the distance that you're walking behind them's too far. So it wasn't really a big deal in like the normal world, but in hero area, you kind of get clapped if you're on your own. So they definitely need to quicken the pace of the following. And with that being said too, about the getting clapped part, so I find that the AI for the teleporters is really bad. So, like, let's say I was in hero area and I'm this, like, the yellow, and I want to go down here. For some reason, actually, like, this is a bad example, but for some reason it'll walk me, like, all the way across. Like, let's say I was, like, over here, sorry, and I wanted to go down here. It would, like, walk me all the way over here. Instead of teleporting me like it does in every other zone, it seems to just be in hero zone. And, like, as you're walking, your guys are getting, like, clapped. So, and then it's walking you through the whole entire map. So it just doesn't make sense. They need to fix that, like, the AI on the walking. And then another thing, again, not a big deal really in the regular world, but it seems to be a bigger problem in Hero Zone, is the elevators that take you up and down in different parts of the world. I think they call it Magic Teleporter. It'd be really nice if that could hold 3 people instead of 1, given the fact that you're often traveling in a party of 3 in that zone. And what ends up happening if you are on the follow is, like, sometimes, like, one person will get stuck. So the leader and the first person following will get through, but the second person, like, arrives at the same time as the other person following, and they end up, like, it stops them from using the teleporter because the other person used it first, and they end up stuck. So that needs to be fixed as well. Even if they can't make it 3 people per teleporter, they need to, make it so that you don't get stuck. Yeah. You have anything else so far?
Yeah, in the hero zone, when you're on follow, your soul link monster doesn't use its skills.
Yes, thank you, Cheddar. That is a huge one. Yeah, when you are fighting as a follow party member, as Cheddar said, if you are just like AFKing following, or like maybe not AFKing, but like not like 100% playing, it doesn't use your soul link skill. So you'll end up just sitting at 10 energy, not using it at all. You won't heal, you won't do any damage, or like whatever you have as your soul link. So super inconvenient there. You kind of have to like follow the person, and then once you get where you want to be, put it on auto. Which, like, I guess is good, but it's kind of crappy.
Well, like, it's fine. It just sucks that you run up and you're not using any skills at the start.
And the last thing is in the Recruitment zone. So they need to make it so that the mini bosses spawn more in the hero area. So every other zone, it's relatively easy, relatively smooth. I don't mind waiting like a little bit for a boss or having to switch channels for the boss, but more than a few times we're changing zones upwards of 10 times to find the boss. So again, that's on the high end, but that's still, it's just way too crazy. Even if you have to switch, like, if you switch to all 5 zones that it provides you and you haven't found a single boss out of all 3, it just seems like the spawn times are a little low on that, so they need to increase those, in my opinion.
Yeah, I waited there for the burning Crimson Walker for 45 minutes one day and he didn't spawn. And then everyone logged off and it was just me and I died when he spawned.
Yeah, because everyone, like, we, as much as we all play games and we love to play them, like, you know, you spend 2 hours doing one thing, sometimes you gotta go do something else, you know? So, yeah, it'd be nice if they increased that. But that is pretty much it for hero content. And then the next thing I kind of want to talk about is a little bit of a mobile problem. I don't think those who play on computers have this issue as much. But there's a lot of crashing in, like, World Boss and, like, Seal. Like, sorry, I don't want to say Seal, it's not as bad Seal, it's more like lag. But a lot of things where there's, like, multiple people attacking one thing, the game just seems to, like, have a hissy fit. So in World Boss, it just completely shuts down. Seal, it lags like crazy. Sometimes your game just, like, freezes. Everything just, like, stops moving. And you have to, like, relog.
Battlefield's bad for it.
Yeah, happens in Battlefield sometimes too. You just, like, shut down. Yeah.
The ADC in Battlefield, I think it's just to do with how many things there are on the screen sometimes.
And I do understand the concept of, like, lowering your graphics, but mine are at the lowest setting possible, and I still crash. So I know that that is a mobile game problem, and I don't want to pretend like I'm crashing, like, every 2 seconds, but sometimes it does feel like that. Like, sometimes it has bad...
Yeah, bad moments.
Yeah. So it'd be nice if they kind of could find a little bit more server stability when it comes to their mobile servers. That would be super helpful, especially in World Boss, because, like, I was fighting for top 10, and yeah, like, I crashed. So, like, that really sucked. I ended up 8th, so, like, it was fine. But maybe I could have got top 5 or something. Like, who knows, right? You're like, okay, I'm lying. But
yeah, you can't go top 3 on our server.
But it sucks to crash, right? Because then you play the what-if games. You're like, oh, I was so close, you know? And then the last thing... Or, sorry, we have 2 more things I want to cover. So when World Boss, so sorry, talking about field missions. So when World Boss spawns, you can go fight him every single time, but you can only get rewards for it once. However, if you go to do the fishing event the second time, so the biggest reason I want to talk about this is because of this. Sorry, let me pull this up first so you guys know more what I'm talking about. But they need to let you be able to, like, do the fishing event more than...
Master.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Master tournament.
Yeah, more than once. Like, even if, like, it's like World Boss and you only get the rewards once, that's totally understandable. But I should be able to farm this 3 times a day since it only comes up, like, twice a week. And yeah, you need to make, like, 1 million of these things. And it can only be gotten during an event. So if I go here, see? So it's, like, literally, like, 10 minutes a day.
That didn't even happen today either.
Yeah, because it only happens twice a week, I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's 3 times, but... So it'd be really nice if they would let you at least still fish for this fish, like, when the event's going on. So say you do it the very first event in the morning and you get, like, 30th place because you just sucked and you didn't get any fish. I don't know.
Well, even if you get, like, 15 fish.
Sometimes you get
that's only 3 meals.
Yeah, and then the next one, you don't go in the rankings, but you should still be able to go get them because you need so many of these fish. They want you to make 80 of these.
400 fish.
And yeah, so they need to fix that. That's
I don't know how much are, like, the higher scores on that one. It's like 40?
Yeah, sometimes you see, like, 40.
Yeah. So it'd be, oh man, like 15 times that you'd have to do this event, probably.
Yeah, so that's gonna take you a few weeks, right? And if you're dumb like me, I didn't think about it. I didn't know it was coming. So I'm pretty sure I made it for guild missions a couple times and just, like, sold it for, like, 1,000 gold. Didn't even think about it, you know?
Yeah, I just ate them.
Yeah, so I think that needs to be fixed a little bit more. It'd be nice if you could farm that at least 3 times a day. And then I don't want to say I'm 100% sure on the mining events or the gathering events because I didn't check those ones, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. I think you can only do it the once a day. I think that they should let you get the materials all 3 times that it runs that day. And if it is that you can get those materials, then sorry, I stand corrected on those ones. But the fish one,
gathering one,
I know, because I checked and tried to fish for the whole event every time because I need that fish and I couldn't. So that is super depressing. And then last thing I want to cover is actually, I think this irks me a little more because I played Sky Arena, but I don't understand why when I go into this dungeon, it doesn't just have, oops. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that.
You only have one. Oh, and you just do
It doesn't matter. So I'm short on crystals, I'm saving. I refreshed too much for the refresh video that we did. Actually, check out that video. I had to refresh way too much for that. But I wish that it showed the team that I used last. So though these Team 1, Team 2, and Team 3 things are very useful, I wish that it was just like Summoner's War, that like, just when I came in here, it had the team that I always do this dungeon with. So let's say I always run this dungeon with this team. Every time I come in, it's on this team. Regardless of Team 3, Field Team, whatever. Like, this is the team I do this with. And the reason I say that is if you think about it, so there's 2, 4, 5 different dungeons in here, which we're going to be getting more of these, I'm assuming, as we get more runes. Because we've already seen a sneak peek from the Korean server that we're getting new runes at some point.
There's two more rune sets than us.
Which hypothetically would be 2 more bosses.
1 more boss.
Oh, sorry. 1 more boss. Yeah. So I think it's very, very important that they make this change, especially since it was available in Sky Arena. Not to mention, if you are trying to do speed runs, which is like a big thing in this game, a lot of people like to do speed runs and try to find teams that are going to be the fastest. There's going to be way more dungeons that you need teams saved for than just your 3 teams. And these share the same 3... Oh, no, they don't. I stand corrected. Sorry. So they do at least have their own 3 teams, so it's not quite as bad as I thought. But again, there's 5 dungeons in here as well, right? And if we get another zone... oh, no, it's just for elements. It's not about zones. Okay.
Yeah, this one's different.
Yeah, so it'll just stay the 5. But still, I feel like...
It's only that one in the middle that's going to go up any.
Yeah. I just feel like for convenience sake, I don't understand why it can't be like Sky Arena in that sense where it just shows the last team you beat. Because, like, I was really mad today because I was trying to find a team to build this. I remember now because I had figured out. Which, by the way, Hella, Bastet, and, oh my goodness, what's her name? Marshall Cat, Naomi. Easy claps. Easy claps. But yeah, so I couldn't remember what team I used. And I had done like 30 tickets yesterday on this. And I just autoed it, no problem. And I could not, for the life of me, remember the team I used because I forgot to save it as one of the teams. And yeah, it took me like 45 minutes this morning to just remember what freaking team I used. So yeah, just a small thing that maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe it's just going to be a Sky Arena player thing. But yeah, instead of the teams, I would really just rather have it my team that's saved, like that I use all the time. So Jenna, do you have anything else to add? Do you have any other quality of life stuff?
Nope.
No? You just don't want to hear me ramble anymore? You guys are probably over it too. With all that being said, we appreciate you guys. Again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you are loving Summoners War Chronicles as much as us. Please don't take these videos as us being negative Nelly complainers. We're just trying to hopefully point out some things that maybe the community sees as well. And if they agree with us, maybe they'll share it with Summoners War as well as us. And we can see some changes. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys in the next one.